Welcome, Cobra Sports fans. I'm Lee Lewis. This is Will LaRue, and this is the Cobra Sports Network. It's been a little while since we've been here, Will, but today we've got a special event for y'all. It's the Spring Sports Extravaganza and Recap. And while a lot of spring sports have wound up, there's one that's still playing.
There sure is, Lee, and that's baseball. Baseball is still going strong. They defeated Pope Pirates last week in the best of 3 series. They ended up taking in the first 2 games, 1 and 2, to claim the area championship for the first time in 29 years. You know, Lee, 1994 was the last time that the Cobras made it to the area championship and wanted to move on to the regional quarterfinals. Cool fun fact too, James Baker was on that 94 team. Now James Baker is getting to see his son Aiden Baker play for the same one 29 years later.
That's outstanding, and that's the legacy of Cobra Sports. So I hope they keep it rolling. I hope the young son can outdo the father and the 94 team. We'll see how far they can carry it.
Yeah, but they got a new one coming up. So they got the game 1 against Columbus. They're playing in Hallettsville tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Then they got a day off on Friday, and then game 2 will be in Hallettsville again. That's going to be starting at 1 o'clock with game 3 if needed. Hopefully it's not for the Cobras' favor. We can move on to that quarterfinal.
Yeah, no, it's been a great baseball season, and can't wait to watch those guys in action tomorrow night. One sport that has wrapped up, though, state track meet just concluded this past week, and boy, Cobra Sports well represented throughout the track season. We'll start with the district track meet as we recap some of the medalists there. On the girls' side, Desiree Evans got the silver medal in the 400 meters with a time of 1:02. Elise Bullock, also silver medalist, as she took it in the 800 with a time of 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's fine. Kate Simons came in. She used the district championship in the 1600 meter with 5 minutes and 34 seconds in the 1600. Elise Bullock again on that board, getting the bronze this time in the 1600 meter with a time of 5:44.
Well, if you want to play a little, she did it twice. I'll go back to Kate Simons. Kate, another gold medalist, and this time in the 3200 meter, she ran that in 12 minutes, 10 seconds. So a lot of dual medalists wearing the maroon and gray that day.
Yeah, Addison Cutler was also a gold medalist as well in the 100 hurdles. She had a time of 17:67. And then Kylie Matula, times 2, comes in second in the 100 meters with a time of 18 seconds. And as well as she ended up taking the district championship 300 hurdles with a time of 51.3.
Well, that's good to go back to back, but there was one group that did it 3 times over, and just to save a little time, we're going to name them one time. Brooke Warzeka, Barnett, Ken's father, and Kayla Osborne went second, third, as they won just pretty much every relay out there. Sprint relay, 4x2, and the mile as they medaled across the board.
Yeah, Brooke Warzeka also took first in pole vault, and Kylie Matula again on that list in pole vault, coming in second with a jump of 9 foot 6 inches. And Autumn Callis rounds it out in the discus, throwing 115 feet 5 inches.
At the track meet, district track meet for the boys, 2 district champions as Ashton Garza and Tanner Woodring both claimed first place. Garza does it in 300 hurdles with a time of 42 seconds, and Tanner Woodring 15.9 on the vault.
Yeah, Caleb Matula, also brother of Kylie, sophomore at that too, gets second in pole vault, jumping 12 feet. Cullen Woodring, another pole vaulter. So Industrial takes 1, 2, and 3. It's in district. There you go. 10 foot 6 inches. Esteban Maldonado takes third in the 1600 with a time of 4:57. Christian Martinez third in the 110 hurdles, time of 16:25.
So all those athletes advanced to area along with Dylan Ryrick, Sophia Hinojosa, Grace Bowers, Olivia Bowers, and Whitney Kurtz. Huge contingent going up the area, but they didn't stop there. We had a few that went on to regionals.
That's right. Peyton Barnett, Elise Bullock, Desiree Evans, Autumn Callis, Gwyneth Kinsfather, Christian Martinez, Caleb Matula, Kylie Matula, Kayla Osborne, Kate Simons, Brooke Warzeka, Cullen Woodring, and Tanner Woodring, all advanced to regionals.
And when we started this segment, we talked about that they just wrapped up at state last week. We had representatives there again. I was talking with somebody, I'm not sure how many years in a row, but I think it's pushing over 20 at this point.
It's close.
But we had Caleb Matula, Kylie Matula, Brooke Warzeka, and Tanner Woodring all sporting the Snake logo in Austin.
Yep, all jump and fly in that pole vault. We're going to hear from a couple of those later on here. But first, we need to take a break. But don't go anywhere, folks, because we're going to be back with senior tennis player Connor Griffith, silver medalist at the state championship.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. He'll be here in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Sports fans, you're watching the Industrial Cobra Sports Network. If you're interested in watching Cobra Sports and seeing interviews with student athletes like this, coaches, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. You don't want to miss any highlights, interviews, or live events. But today, we have a very special guest here, Will.
Sure do. Silver medalist Connor Griffith. Thank you for joining us, Connor.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So, Connor, man, tough season for you. You had a couple of tournaments before you got to go in and actually play in district play and then regionals. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. I mean, I only had 2 tournaments to play before we started district. I mean, that's tough. Usually we have 4 or 5. I mean, and the season got cut short because, basketball made a little run. I mean, we didn't go that far, but the season wasn't that long. Didn't get that many practices, but I've been playing tennis for most of my life, so it's like second nature to me.
I was about to say, you might have had a short spring, Connor, but it's not. You haven't had a racket in your hand for a very short time. I heard you picked it up when you were 2.
Yeah, I was about 2. Yes,
and
sir.
You've been to regionals 3 years in a row. Is that right?
Sir. Yes, sir. COVID was freshman year, so we didn't have a tennis season, but.
So there's a little bit of experience ahead of those 2 tournaments.
Yes, sir. A little bit.
Yeah, we heard all the way back here. We weren't able to make it up there to Austin, but man, word was down here, constantly getting updates at the baseball game and softball game on how you were doing. And we heard that semifinal match was something to watch. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
That was a really tough match for me. I mean, I ended up splitting sets with the guy. He was a tough competitor. He kept in there. He made me play the extra ball every time. He made me worry a little bit. I didn't know if I was going to beat him, but in the end, I mean, I got the best of him in the end. So that was obviously nice. So.
And that moved you on to the the state championship match, where you ended up playing against your rival for the last a couple of years, from what I've been told, Buchanan out of London.
Yes, sir.
So how'd you get ready and focus to try to face him again?
Oh, he's just an incredible player. I mean, I've already played him 3 times. So I mean, every time he's made me play the best matches of my life, and it's so hard to play him. So when I was getting ready, I was so nervous the night before, the morning of, I was so nervous. But listened to some music, calmed down. Didn't win, but I think I played one of the better matches of my life.
So what's on the playlist that sets you up to get in that mind frame?
A whole bunch of random stuff. I don't even know.
Well, congratulations on that. We didn't wear it for us today, but that big silver medal, we saw it at the athletic banquet.
Yes,
and it was something to watch.
Sure, the state championship shirt though. He's representing.
I did see that. So moving on from here, heading over to Texas A&M University. Where you going?
Yes, sir. I'm going to Texas A&M in the fall. I'm gonna go in the engineering program. Hopefully, be a mechanical engineer.
Okay. Well, good job. Congratulations on that, making it up to A&M. That's the place to go if you want to be an engineer. I know this guy's happy about it.
Absolutely.
But Connor, thank you for being here. Is there anything that anybody you want to thank?
Just my mom and my dad, my family. I mean, and Coach Chris. He hasn't gone to industrial, but pretty prominent figure in my tennis career. I would like to thank him and my dad, and my brother, of course. But
Well, that's a fantastic season. I know that when you achieve that kind of success, you've got a lot of people behind you that are on the road getting there. Congratulations to you. I do have one question before we let you go, and I know Will's got something he wants to take care of before we let you go. But why love? When you score, what does love mean? I figure only a person who's been to state championships would know this. So,
well, love. I mean, it's just part of the game. I don't really.
That's why they love it, Lee.
That's why they love it.
But Connor, I do want to present you something. This is something that we are actually going to start giving away next year. But you are going to be the very first Industrial Cobra to receive one of these. What this is this is the Industrial Cobra's Top Performer Coin. It's brought to you by Clark Constructors as well. They've sponsored these. And so top performers for events next year are going to be receiving these things. And we think that you're several medalists at state. You definitely deserved one this year. So congratulations to that. Here you go, bud.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
All right, Cobra fans, that winds up this segment. Don't go anywhere, though. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Cobra Sports. Welcome back, Cobra Sports fans. We are sitting here with Industrial's senior Kylie Matula and her brother Caleb Matula, two pole vaulters, brother and sister duo right here that went to the state meet this year. Sophomore Caleb making his first appearance. Congratulations, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Kylie, so seeing you come up in the last 4 years has just been all over the place, athletic-wise. You know, volleyball, basketball, softball, track. You're constantly moving, constantly doing stuff. How do you fit all that stuff into your schedule?
Really by planning a lot. Normally during volleyball season I only get to pole vault on Sundays, but since I decided not to play basketball after my sophomore year, it really opened up my schedule a lot, and I really wanted to take that time to focus on pole vault because I knew that's what I was going to excel at. So I was able to go on Wednesdays and Sundays since our softball practice got out at 5:30 on Wednesdays, and so I feel like that really helped.
You say you knew what you were going to excel at. Not only was it a state appearance, but it's going to be something you carry on to the next level, right? I think you're
Yes,
headed to
sir.
Angelo State
Yes, sir.
to pursue a scholarship there.
Mhm.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about the selection process and how you found a home up there.
Well, at the beginning, I wasn't too sure. I had gotten a lot of scholarships over summer, and then they kind of just stopped once I hurt my back, and I was like, if I don't get any more scholarships, no one's looking at me no more. And then my mom actually was like, hey, Angelo State's looking at you, and I was like, where is that? And so we took the whole 6-hour road trip up there, and I knew as soon as I got there, I was like, this place is cool. This place, I love the energy. Coach Dibron was really nice when he talked to me. He had a plan. They were getting this new coach, so I did some stalking on him, and I looked him up. I had to see if he was legit. My select coach actually called him too, and he was like, what are you about? I want to know where I'm sitting my vaulter. And he told him, like, this is my plan, this is what I want to do. I want to excel the program up there. And I was like, this is where I want to be for the next 4 years.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place with the river. But you know what's really ironic is you know Concho Valley, where San Angelo located, Concho actually means pole in Spanish.
I did not know that.
I
I was like, I did not.
But it should, and you're gonna put it on the map for ball season.
Caleb, you know, congratulations making it all the way to state your sophomore year, you know, out in pole vaulting. And, you know, it's an inspirational story as well because, you know, you do have a few physical issues that you got to deal with, and you've done a fantastic job and excelled past all that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it doesn't really affect me as much as people think. It just like gets me a little tired in practice, but it really doesn't affect me much at all.
So you're, and it started at birth, right? Or you're born with,
Yes, sir. I was.
yeah.
I had surgery to make it straight, and so I can't move my ankle, and no like muscle grows there, so can't. So much about it.
Well, nobody could ever tell unless they're sitting there looking at you. But either way, out there on the tracks, you've done a really good job. And you know your legs staying straight. That pole band's pretty good throwing you right over because heading over to the stadium for that pole ball. So.
And you vaulted to what height at the state meet?
13.3 was my PR.
That's getting up there. You know, as you go up, do you ever get nervous about it, or does it just as you continue to elevate, it gets more accustomed, your body becomes more accustomed to that kind of height?
Each PR, I do get a little nervous before I go, but it feels great when you do PR. I don't really get nervous like much when I do vault. I mean, it's not nervous, it's just normal with all the practice and stuff.
You ever get nervous when that pole breaks?
I don't think
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So y'all didn't just show up here at Industrial and decided to start pole vaulting. Y'all been training for a little while with one of the best pole vaulting coaches in the area, for what I've been told, Kevin Hall. Is it out of
Yes, sir.
Hillsborough?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about Coach Hall.
It's definitely intense.
For
he
sure.
doesn't put up with anybody's crap. He says it's this way, you're gonna do it this way, you're gonna like it, you're gonna get over it, and you're gonna do what you're paying me for because otherwise get out of my barn.
Definitely straightforward with everything he says. Great coach, for sure.
Awesome. Well, he had some great words to say about y'all as well.
Yeah, and clearly his methods work when you have success at the level y'all have it. 2 state appearances in the same family. I don't know if that's ever been done in industrial.
I'm not sure, but either way, it happened this year.
It
so
did. Mark it down.
Congratulations. Well, Kylie, congratulations. Good luck moving on to San Angelo State. When you come back to town, come find us. Let us know how you're doing. We'd love to hear from you. Love to get you up in the booth on Friday night, talk a little bit about the next level. Caleb, we're going to see you around here for a couple more years. But anybody y'all want to give a shout out to or thank?
My mom, dad, and then Pop.
For sure.
Very good deal. Well, all right, folks. That's going to do it for this part of it. But we are going to be back with Coach Matula and the softball girls here in a few minutes to talk a little bit about that softball season as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Come on, here in about 2.
Let's do it again.
No, I ain't doing it. Ready?
Oh my gosh.
3, 2.
Welcome, Cobra sports fans, as we get set here to talk a little softball, Will.
Yes, a little bit of softball. So the girls wrapped up their season this year. They went 23-13-1, finishing 4th in district, coming into the playoffs. They defeated Nixon Smiley in commanding fashion, by the way. They run-rolled the Mustangs in 2 games, best of 3 series, to win that by-district title. Became area champions when they defeated Natalia last week. Ended up falling to the previous state championship, Hallettsville Brahmas and girls. Fantastic season. Coach Matula, good job. Good job getting them deep in the playoffs. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah, I think this may be the biggest group we've ever had. While our numbers online, our subscribers continue to grow, it's really our in-house guests that are coming in force, Will.
And that is the important part. You know, but we did get done with the athletic banquet last week, and Coach Matula came up there, said a few words about the softball program, but because y'all were still playing, couldn't give out any awards. So
We should fix that.
Yeah.
We should do something about that right now.
I think we ought to. And I think Coach Matula can go ahead and help us out with that.
Yes, I definitely can. First of all, girls, sorry, had to film just a little to get you here. You are not actually being interviewed. I'm giving out awards tonight. With that said, we're going to start off with our first award. This is a new award. We felt like as a coaching staff we needed to give it this year. Our first award goes to a young lady who I'm pretty sure I'm correct in this information that she has never picked up a softball until this year. If she did, it was to throw it with her dad and her brother. But she did a really good job for us as a courtesy runner. She had 12 stolen bases on the year. She had 24 runs. She would get to third a lot of time and go, I know I messed up on that one, Coach Matula, but I know what I'm supposed to do now. She made leaps and bounds in the outfield. She practiced right field for us, did an amazing job, and just couldn't ask for a better player. So our most improved award is going to go to Erin Bethany, and we expect to see great things in the future. Our next award is also a new award this season, but it was something as coaches we couldn't overlook this young lady. If you came to our play-in game, seeding game, however you want to say it, in Edna, this young lady came to bat with bases loaded, and she looked at me, and you could just see the, oh my God, in her eyes. And she was like, you could see her tense up, and I believe I looked at her and said, you got this, there's no one better. And truly meant that with all my heart. She had a .323 batting average on the season, 16 runs. She had 16 stolen bases. She had 11 RBIs, which 2 of those came in that Edna game. She batted 1,000 against Hallettsville in game 1, getting 2 walks and a base hit. She turned a double play in the Hallettsville game. She's somebody that, without her on the field, our team definitely would have been different. And our unspoken hero goes to Greenwood Boucher. Our next award goes, our Cobra Pride Award goes to 2 young ladies. Unfortunately, we can't give it out to district owners because we still have Hallettsville going, or I would be given district owners as well. But these 2 young ladies, what to say? How to even say this? If you've seen a bruise on them, if you've seen a bump on them, if there's been any type of injury, it's been one of these 2. I'll go with our first one. Our first one is a switch hitter. She bats .333 left-handed. She has 25 runs on the season, 18 stolen bases. She has a 91% fielding average. The underclassmen definitely look up to her. She's somebody that they talk to. She started the season with a messed up hamstring, sat out the first week of the season, has been hit by balls, has been taking hits, and has just been a great player and definitely one that we're going to miss also. Our first Cobra Pride goes to Kylie Hill. Our second Cobra Pride, I think she's the epitome of Cobra Pride, being that in the last scrimmage of the season, she gets a base hit, cuts her finger open, ends up with 4 stitches. Played the first week of season with a stitched up finger. Played a whole tournament with stitched up fingers. Didn't want to not play. Asked me to still play. Pulled a hamstring in the Natalia game. Well, actually, I think she popped a hamstring in the Natalia game, making an incredible stretching play to get the out. She's also one of our pitchers. She had 89 innings. She had 101 strikeouts. She is also honorable mention academic All-State. She had 25 hits on the season, 14 RBIs, and has a 90 fielding percentage. And Nat, I don't think there's anybody that's stronger than you and played through the pain. When you told me that if you were done, you could see the look on your face like, I didn't want to give up. And so I couldn't, Cobra Pride, you definitely exempt that. So Natalie Powell is our second place captain. Our MVPs, academic All-State. Our MVPs, anybody that has known me since I've been coaching here at Industrial for the last 10 years knows that my MVP, I do an offensive and a defensive MVP. My offensive MVP this year goes to a young lady who has a .437 batting average. She has 21 stolen bases, 19 RBIs, 45 hits on the season, and scored 31 runs. She's also plays the hot third base corner for us and did a great job in the Edna game and has done a great job all season stepping up into the field of play. Our first one goes to Kayla Osborne. Our second MVP is going to be our defensive MVP. She plays two positions for us. Not only is she a first baseman, but she's also our pitcher. She has 125 innings pitched with 186 strikeouts. She has a 1.62 ERA. She has a fielding percentage of 90%. I could go into her batting stats, but that doesn't go with the defense part of it. But without her and Nat on the mound, they both play off of each other really well. And Madison has done a great job getting those 186 strikeouts. So our co-MVP is Madison Buckman. And that concludes our awards. Gentlemen, thanks for having us.
I appreciate you coming out, Coach Matula, and ladies. Congratulations on a successful season. Anytime you can make the playoffs and go a couple of rounds and lose to the defending state champions, good job. It was a successful season for sure. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, now you can take on the hardware. That's way more fun than getting interviewed. So that was a fun little surprise. But you know, it's sweeps. It's May. I mean, television ratings. We got to up the ratings, and it's time for an award show. So there you go. That's the Oscars, Emmys, Cobra style.
That's it. But Lee, like a snake coiling its prey, this interview is wrapped up. But folks, if you like this and you want to see more from Cobra student athletes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, we need 1,000 subscribers to be able to bring Cobra Sports to you live. We are moving football games to this platform. So if you want to watch football next year, please get out there, push the word, get subscribers going out. Family, friends, neighbors, uncles, grandparents, everybody, get them all together, get them all to subscribe. It's really easy. Go to Industrial Cobra Sports broadcast, or excuse me, Cobra Sports Network on YouTube. Hit subscribe, set it up. That's simple. So that's about it from here at Industrial. As always, it's a great day to be a Cobra. Thanks.